Today, we're leaving San Francisco behind and heading north to one of California's most magical places, Fern Canyon. It's a long drive, but this is one of those journeys where the road is part of the adventure. The farther north we drive, the quieter the world becomes. The city gradually disappears into rising redwoods around us. The air starts to feel different, and time begins to slow, as if the road itself is asking us to let go. Hours later, we arrive at our first stop, the Avenue of Giants. These trees have stood for thousands of years, watching storms pass, rivers change, generations come and go. Slow down at Founder's Tree, one of the tallest and oldest giants here. Standing beneath it, you feel small in the best possible way, like the world just asked you to listen. The day drifts on between shadows and sunbeams, and as the light fades, we know this chapter is closing, but not our trip. Now we're ready to let the road guide us further toward Fern Canyon. The morning met us gently with warm light, cool air, and the damp, ocean-scented silence of California's western coast. We move north mile by mile, closer to Fern Canyon, through empty beaches and dense, magnificent forests so vast they filled us with a sense of awe. In the small town of Oric, time slowed. A herd of elk stepped onto the road and everything stopped. We didn't rush. We watched. We listened. We didn't mind the delay. We stood in quiet awe, watching these magnificent animals up close, wondering what other wonders this day still had in store. Just minutes later, we leave Highway 101 behind and turn onto Davison Road. The last turn, the last promise. We're almost there. The road tightens its grip. Trees close in. Light softens, dissolving into the forest. No pavement, no rush, only the quiet signal that we're near. An entrance gate, a creek crossing. And then, at last, the Fern Canyon Loop trailhead. Few places feel hidden on purpose. Fern Canyon is one of them. The air felt cooler here, damp, heavy in a good way. With every step, the outside world faded a little more. The trail didn't really begin, it dissolved into water. We crossed the creek slowly, stone by stone, testing each step before committing. There's no clear path here, only a creek that decides where you go. You balance on stones, sometimes slipping, sometimes stopping just to watch the water move. The pace slows naturally. Fern Canyon doesn't want to be rushed. It asks you to be present or not come at all. Fern Canyon was carved by water over thousands of years. What remains is a living gallery, walls rising nearly 50 feet high, draped in 5 different species of ferns. Every surface breathes. Every drop of water leaves a trace. It feels less like hiking through a canyon and more like walking inside a memory of the earth. Walls rose on both sides, completely covered in ferns, layer after layer, reaching higher than we expected. I remember stopping without realizing it, just standing there. It felt less like discovering a place, and more like stepping into something ancient. It's impossible to walk here and not feel it. This is one of the filming locations for Jurassic Park, the Lost World, and suddenly it makes sense. The towering walls, the prehistoric plants, the sense that something ancient might step into the frame at any moment. You half expect to hear distant footsteps, or a low echoing call from somewhere deeper in the canyon. Every surface was alive. Ferns growing straight out of stone. Water carving paths it's been carving for centuries. Nothing here felt accidental. Nothing felt rushed. This is the kind of place that makes you slow down, breathe deeper, and remember how powerful nature really is. Here, nothing asks for your attention. You simply exist, small, present, and grateful. The loop trail led us up and out, slowly returning us to the forest above. Sunlight came back in pieces. The redwoods stood quietly, like they had been waiting. Looking back, the canyon feels like a secret, one you're not entirely sure you were meant to find, and yet it stays with you. It doesn't overwhelm, it absorbs you. It reminds you that nature doesn't need to impress. It simply exists patiently, beautifully, on its own timeline. And for a short while, you're allowed to step into that time. Some places ask for attention. Others ask for silence. Fern Canyon asked us to slow down, to look closer, to remember that the world doesn't revolve around our timeline. As we leave, the water keeps flowing. The ferns keep growing. And this place stays exactly where it is, waiting for the next quiet traveler. We don't leave with all answers about this place. Just a feeling we will forever remain in our hearts.